This is the normal height about here. I've got a new front body mount that I'm going to put on. But when I do that, I might lift it. It's at about this height now. And then when I lift it, it might go up to there. Instead of there, to there. It's going to be a bit of a difference. You can see the A-arm goes up substantially if I were to put a bracket going straight off. So that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, I'm gonna try and take this A-arm. Took the bracket off. It's not gonna be flush anymore. We're gonna shove it way down like that. I'm gonna make a bracket here for up top, and we'll see what that looks like when we're done. Front and rear mounts off. Got both of them cut out of the old Subaru spacers. It was silly of me. I was gonna use some of those, but for a Subaru, it's only got like a little 1/4 inch of lift, so I ended up just buying a lift kit. Ended up being 1.5 inches. Was supposed to be 2 inch. Buck you street raise. Yeah, so I'm building my own lift. About a 1/4 inch lift, as you can see. Just gonna drop it instead of being raised up. And that'll be just enough lift for that. To be that much of a difference. And then maybe I'll be able to go over that one tiny little pebble in the middle of the driveway. I'm just going to take that bracket. It's got a little bit of an angle up. I'm going to make one perfectly straight out. Drill out some holes and remount it on. Might need some longer screws as this one's a bit thicker. But other than that, we'll mount it onto the front here. Lift it up and we'll see if we get much more clearance. So I got the screws in. I got one side in. It's shoved way down. Brackets straight out, which shoves the strut down, pushing the A-arm down on an angle. I actually use this little bit first to pilot the screw hole, and then I use the big bit to be able to create the recessed area for the screw. And then since the shocks have a screw with a collar, I only had to drill out a little hole there, and not all the way through, just as far as the threads will go. That way you can actually screw it on. And then we'll show you once it's all together and check out the body clearance before and after, if I can find some shots, hopefully. Now, if you don't have one, I'm going to tell you to get one right now. Or probably one of the precision I think it's a precision screwdriver kit. But if not, get one of these, because this one actually has a ratchet to it. It's a lot easier to be able to actually work on it. Little handle on it, gives you some leverage. Got that one for my daughter, so yeah, we ended up getting the lift kit totally done. You can pretty much fit your fingers under there without lifting it up. You can go over a Sharpie. I don't know how many people can go over a Sharpie with a LaTrax Rally. It's only a 1/18 scale. Originally it was about this low, and it would bottom out the second you touched it. Now you can, it's got a lot more flex. Just enough to be able to get over some bumps. That's all I was looking for. instead of them being mounted up here, which would be more like that. Now it's lifted. And when you drop it, doesn't bottom out, doesn't slap off the concrete floor like it used to. Now it just kind of bounces. Unless you drop it more than maybe a foot, then it's gonna slap. And then other than that, we're gonna take the, I already took off both back and the front body mounts. I'm gonna put the back body mount back on. Then we got a new one, part 7516, and this is an actual LaTrax part, just a replacement. Body mounts front and rear it says, but this is just the front I need to replace. I've already got the rear. I'm just going to keep the rear as a spare. Obviously the front one's the one who ends up taking the blunt of the damage. And after that we'll get possibly a new body. Unless anyone wants to send one, that'd be awesome too. Well, let's get putting together this front and rear body mount, and then we'll get a body put on it, and we'll take it outside and see what it's capable of now. See if it gets hung up on every single thing. If it gets hung up on everything, obviously the best thing to do is probably get a 1/16 like my buddy had there, or if I can, probably get a little 1/10 or a 4x4 slash, anything all-wheel drive and a little bit more clearance. But for right now, we're working with what we got, and this one's actually upgraded. It's got no upgrades for the lift kit, so we ended up making our own. Hence, Rally Lift, Rumble Bros. And it's a fairly easy thing to do. I'll probably do the whole process in this video, that way everyone can actually do it themselves. It's going to be pretty easy. It took me probably, I don't know, a couple hours, hour max of my time. I was just mainly messing around with it, doing the video, so that's what takes up most of the time. I'm going to grab another body clip here, and I might raise the back up a hair. Just actually might be just high enough there. That way the wheel gaps are the same. Got a way better flex going on now. Actually be able to go over some bumps. Got a Sharpie pen. I was getting hung up on about this much snow on the last video, so this should duplicate that, and it pretty much clears over top of it without even touching it. The only thing is actually it catches the back, but the front's up higher. Oh no, goes over top. Just the towel was holding it up a little bit. It'll be good to try it out. Maybe I'll take it outside, get some videos. Maybe hopefully it's a little more capable, doesn't get hung up. We'll be able to back out when it actually gets banked a little better. I took all the clips off. I'm going to show you this now anyways. Before, I never actually installed this in the video, because before I never ran the foam bumper, because it actually, as you can tell, it would get caught on everything. The car was so low. That's why I put the lift kit. That way, hopefully it's not going to hit everything. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this bumper back in there. Essentially, when you take the two sorry, I think it's 3 screws off the top, 2 screws off the bottom. Once you take those 5 screws out of the front, you can actually separate these two, and those 3 holes line up with the bumper here, here, and there. And then when you put that foam piece in, put your screws in, sandwiches it together, holds it together. I'll do a little time lapse for that as well. Just wanted to let you guys know I forget to do things. We're all human, but don't forget to put yours in. Another thing I wanted to note with this, before I put the bumper back on, I want to show you the fact that, I don't know if you can see inside here, the axle is almost touching the axle cup. That there's so much angle on the axle now. So Subarus actually have this problem where if you go more than 2-inch CV angle, you can actually start breaking the axles. So we're going to keep an eye on that, see if these axles start going. They are metal axles, it's got metal differentials and everything, so, and not very grippy tires, so that might help. And we did not Yeah, this thing is ready to go. Got it all lifted up. Got some clearance. See that, Zach? Clearance. I am not gonna get hung up by that tiny little snow drift. No more. So just to show you guys the lift kit and the capability. If anyone's driven a 1/18th rally, you already know it bottoms out on every leaf bump. So RumbleBrothers lift kit's available now for the rally. Oh, don't mind the little bit of tape there for the 3S battery that doesn't fit. Oh, we got beached! The rally fan.
Beat it.
Nice. Boys, the rallies. They work.